What I'm about to share is in reference to a question I was asked the other day. Scott, from your frame of reference, someone said, what is the difference between the ego and the inner child? And I said, I don't know. Let me think about that. And I'm glad I did because my first reaction was the inner child is the divine child that needs love and appreciation and attention and just wants to, and is innocent. And the ego is something that isn't so innocent, that needs to be ignored or made wrong. And and that was my first reaction. And I asked for like a deeper understanding. And what came to me were the words, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a difference between the ego and the inner child because love is all inclusive. It doesn't exclude anything, including what we've been calling the ego. It's like this tsunami that comes on shore and just the water goes everywhere. There's no exceptions. There's no, oh, this is the ego. This can't be loved. Now, you may not want to coddle the ego and reinforce its points of view, but inside every ego is a frightened child having a dream that it's separate. And a lot of people get caught in this don't feel your anger, don't, because it's not justified. According to A Course in Miracles, anger is not justified. And so when this surge of heat comes up and the energy's moving, if all you do is forgiveness affirmations, I will forgive and this anger will disappear, while the energy is kind of building and escalating in you, that's called spiritual bypass. It's not helpful. Even if it's the truth, A Course in Miracles lessons are truth. When you apply them in a certain way to make yourself wrong for feeling something, it's not helpful. It's actually, even if you say, I will forgive and this will disappear, that's not forgiveness. That's not the process of forgiveness. Much wiser to get curious about your anger, make a commitment not to act on it, not to attack back, but to do some inquiry. Hi, little anger. I see that you're feeling very frightened. Behind all of your anger, there must be some fear, the sense of threat. Tell me, share with me, what's scary about this? Do you feel hurt in some way, offended? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking that's causing this inflammation of anger? This is inquiry with compassion and curiosity. And this is also letting love include anger rather than push it away. Bringing love to anger doesn't mean justifying your points of view and being righteous. It means loving. Doesn't mean approving. It just means loving. Rocking this child back and forth while it goes from tantrum to tears to trembling to peace. Emotionally, you can't go from anger to love. There has to be a softening, a melting emotionally. And when you start to melt, very often under the anger is hurt and sadness. And then you get to the fears. Then you can get to the love, appreciation, wonder. It's amazing that we have these emotions, energy and motion. There are beings from other planets that are much more evolved intellectually and in terms of being able to manifest and energy, who come and study and are fascinated with us because we have one thing that they don't have access to: feelings. And whenever you feel, you're healing. Whenever you say, yes, this is okay to feel this way, you're allowing love's inclusive power to melt the armor, rather than making the armor wrong or ignoring it. Let love in so it can give you this meltdown that we're all here for. And this is a little different than the energy of master teacher. It is a more feminine approach. And they're all equally valid at certain times in your life. As James said, he needed a very stern teacher 20, 30 years ago, and now gentleness is perfectly sufficient. And maybe it's because collectively we've evolved to the point where we can let in grace without a sledgehammer. We don't believe in guilt so deeply, so unconsciously, that we are acting out this dream that we need punishment before we can have grace, that we need suffering and sacrifice before we can have peace. And if you are, that's okay. Don't punish yourself for punishing yourself. It's all unconscious. Forgive them, they know not what they're doing, Jesus said. Meaning they're acting unconsciously right now. They're asleep at the wheel. They don't need judgment. They don't need, get over it. Get that guy off the cross. They need mercy and kindness and patience, because it's going to take some of them 1,000, 2,000 years before they open their hearts. And we feel so much better in the moment when we have patience with other people and with ourselves. What does the Course in Miracles say? Only infinite patience yields immediate results. I love that. So this tidal wave, this tsunami of love is coming on shore. It's flooding everyone and everything. There's no such thing as an ego that needs to be excluded from this love. All your misperceptions, let love flood in. That's what heals them. So we might as well just let ourselves drown in this stuff and not make any exceptions to the all-inclusive nature of love's presence. Whether it be inner child, ego, hemorrhoids, guilt, cancer, compulsive overeating, depression. Whatever it is, let love in. Let it be just the way it is. And let's have a party about that. I'm going to sing you a song. It's by Michael Stillwater, but I changed the words because it was kind of like a love song to a woman, and I made it clear that it's all about God. All right. Safe now to surrender, hearts open wide. It's time now to be tender, your love is my guide. For many years I tried so hard to go it alone, but now I walk with you, God. I don't have to hold my own. I breathe in your love, in your love, in your love. I receive It's an all in